Hello everyone and welcome to the Gaming Safari. First of all, let me say Happy New Year. This year we have a whole ton of videos planned for you guys. Care videos, let's plays. We're really excited to kind of start this new year off right.
Alright, so in this video we're going to be talking about the sugar gliders. Specifically we're going to talk about bonding. Now as you can see around us, we have these bonding pouches. So you can see right here. So you can get these bonding pouches fairly easily off the internet. I got mine off of Etsy. You can get off of Amazon. You can even get one from an exotic pet store if there's one nearby you. So these bonding pouches, you do want to make sure that yours is made out of fleece. So their nails won't get caught on it. There we go, Angelus. I just woke him up. So you want to make sure that your bonding... You want to make sure that your bonding pouch is made out of fleece so their nails don't get stuck in them and it's nice and soft for them to, relax in. There's little screen parts made out of mesh as well so they can climb up on easily as well, and it's not too easily terrible if they're for some reason trying to escape out of it, which, it won't really happen. The point of bonding pouch is for you to wear on your person, keep them close to you. They do bond by scent. So if you can keep it like under your shirt or anything, just as close to your body as possible so they can get a good whiff of you, that works out perfectly. Just keep them on you during the day. They're nocturnal, so they won't be moving around too much. Mostly they'll be trying to sleep. But you want to keep them close to you again so they can smell you.
And also too, just another thing about bonding pouches. You also want to make sure that there's no exposed seams on them. Basically anything that their nail, they have very small tiny nails, and you don't want anything that their nails can get caught on. Another kind of nice thing about bonding, and another just example of how to bond with your sugar gliders, are these little fleece squares. You can make some of your own. I actually got these in the cage set that I bought off Etsy. These were included in that cage set. And basically what these are used for is basically they're used to get your scent on them. So, basically you would just wear these to bed, and then in the morning you would just kind of put this in the sugar gliders sleeping pouch just so they smell your scent while they're sleeping, and also whenever they're out and about, they can kind of go in and smell you on it. One thing that I used when I was bonding with Vegas and Ruby and all the other sugar gliders is that I actually would wear like a shirt to bed, and then in the morning I would take that t-shirt and just put it in their cage, like on the floor of their cage or something. And quite a few times I actually went to the cage later on that day, and they will all be sleeping like underneath my shirt or something, or like inside my shirt. So it really does work to help get them familiar with your scent. Like James said, they really are scent based. You want them to kind of you want them to feel like you are home, that you are safe for them.
Yep, and the main purpose of that is just like they really do tightly bond, especially the female sugar gliders. When they're tightly bonded to you, and they always just want to be on you. Like you set them down, they'll run straight to you. You have tent bonding time. They'll spend a lot of time on you rather than climbing like on the walls or anything, or just trying to get out. So that's just one way of just knowing how well your bonding process is going with your sugar glider. Now, another important thing to touch on is food, and particularly with bonding. Just like people, good way to bond with people is give them food, they love you. Same with sugar gliders. You give them food, especially what I did with my first sugar glider, Angelus. I got some yogurt. Just get some yogurt, dab your finger on it, and then just hold them and let it lick them off your finger, and you do that. They'll become more comfortable with being in your hand, and they'll know every time your hand gets near them, something good is going to happen.
So yeah, basically what James said, food is like your best friend when you're starting to bond with your sugar gliders. I actually didn't use yogurt to help bond with Vegas and Ruby. I actually used like these little treats. They're called Yogis. You can get them at any pet store or online as well. And they're just little little yogurt drips almost, and you give that to them, and I call it like sugar glider crack. Like, they love it. They love eating it, and it's a really nice positive treat for them. So whenever usually I interact with my sugar gliders at multiple times during the day, and whenever I go into the sugar glider cage, I make sure I have some treats with me, so they kind of like just associate, you know, me with treats, and so they're kind of really excited to see me because they know that they might get something for positive behavior from me.
Okay. So another great thing that we did, especially, we used to bond with our sugar gliders, like being in a closed environment. We used to do it in the bathroom. Now, as you've seen in our previous video, we have a bonding tent, so it's even less space. You know, they really have an opportunity to be that far away from you. So just being in the same environment with them, again, smell, you're nearby, your smell is going to be in the air, they're going to smell it, and they can't really get away from it. The more time you spend in the tent with them, the more they get used to their smell, the more they're going to feel that, you know, you're not something dangerous to them, you're actually a source of comfort, a source of food, and they're going to stick with you.
And also too, James mentioned, you know, bathroom time and tent time. That is honestly a great way to bond with your sugar gliders. So you know, we kind of mentioned the bonding pouch a little bit, but honestly, going into your bathroom, making sure your toilet seat cover is down, making sure there's no water in the sink or anything, and honestly just kind of letting them run around a little bit is a great way to bond. What happened with me, and again, this is just my experience, but when I first brought Vegas and Ruby into the bathroom with me, they run all over, they wouldn't really want to stick with me, and now that we're still working on the bonding process, but now when I take them in there, they just want to kind of sleep and be with me. They don't want to like run around, they just kind of want to be with me. We also do tent time with them, and that's kind of our main way of bonding with our sugar gliders. You can get a tent anywhere, honestly, Amazon, any of those different places online, but I would definitely recommend, if you are looking for a tent for your sugar glider to bond with, get a tent that has a lot of mesh on it, just because they do like climbing the walls, and it's just a little bit safer, and they can, you know, grab on, rather than a tent that's just like, you know, no mesh on it that they can't kind of grab onto. But you know, tent time is a great way to bond with your sugar gliders too. And usually with tent time, I just bring a couple of tissues in case they make a little bit of mess. I bring treats with me. I usually bring my laptop or my phone in there, watch a movie, watch some videos, and just, you know, let them run around for about an hour, hour and a half. That's typically how long we do bonding with them. We typically bond with them for a couple of hours every single day. And again, when we talked about in our first video, sugar gliders are a big time commitment. They're not that type of animal that you just want to leave in the cage forever. You have to kind of take them out and get them used to people. I'm starting to have my sugar gliders, you know, get used to my roommates too, just so they know, you know, humans are safe, and getting them out of their environment.
Yeah, and the specific tent that we use, I got it off Amazon. It costs about $20, so it's pretty inexpensive. It's the Sandsbug. You do want to get it with a mesh bottom. The Sandsbug's great because it's easy to set up. You don't have any poles or stakes or anything. You take it out the bag, it pops up, and boom, you just get in, you zip it up all the way, and they can't get out. And again, the walls of it is perfect for them. They can climb it easily. The only part that they can't climb is the very top, but you kind of don't want them like hanging above you anyway. So it's perfect for sugar gliders, for if they want to explore, or they just want to you know, nestle with you, cuddle with you, sleep. Another important thing to touch upon is when you first get them is kind of going through, because it depends on the sugar glider itself. Every sugar glider has a different time period of when they get bonded to you. You can have one that could be very just crazy. Like, I know Angelus, when I first got him, a crazy story with him. We went to the pet store, we picked him up. The lady who worked at the pet store, she tried to grab him out. He took off. He jumped.
He jumped off of her and like ran like he was crazy.
It's like an episode of Tom and Jerry. Like he's just running everywhere. He almost ran out the store.
She's yelling at him. She's like, I have to get him.
But yeah, like, and then you can have someone like Vegas who's just like, hey, I'm just here. Like, are you gonna feed me? Cool. All right, cool. We'll be friends. So it depends. Like, and you know, they all get bonded to you, like regardless of like how crazy they are to start, even if they're a little bit older. Which, again, a good time period to get them is when they're like about 8 weeks old to 10 weeks old. That's the best time. Bella is like 9 months or 8 months, but she's still bonded.
And also too, just in conclusion, again, we'll go into a little bit more detail about bonding a little bit later. Honestly, just remember, in order for your sugar gliders to bond, you have to do some type of tent or bathroom time. Treats will be your best friend. Definitely get a bonding pouch. Just go along, you know, your daily chores, just wearing them around you, just so they get used to you, get used to your scent. And honestly, there's no set time for bonding. It could be, you know, just a couple of weeks to like a year or two. So don't get discouraged. That's kind of like what our main message is here. Don't get discouraged if you have a little bit of a trouble sugar glider. Eventually it will happen all in its own time.
Alright, so that's everything for our video. Again, my name is James.
And I'm Whitney.
Remember to like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.